Now, ladies, let's get this party started.
My name is Santa Claus. Excuse me. Santa Claus.
Coming to town!
Santa! Oh my God! Santa here? I know him.
Well, nothing. We're going to give them away free. Oh, that's fantastic. How do you turn your face so red so fast?
April!
Where's your Christmas spirit? That's better.
So, if you believe in Father Christmas, children, like your Uncle Billy does...
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
Yeah, did you get everything you wanted?
Almost.
Almost, huh? Well,
God save my little broken body.
Missed.
Kids today, so desensitized by movies and television.
Where's the Tylenol?
Alright, welcome to a special bonus episode of D&D Movie Time. Today, Korra, we are going to share our Christmas movie collection with our audience. So, without further ado, we got a lot of movies. Let's just jump right into it. First off, we have How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This is the live action one with Jim Carrey. Next off, we have
Elves.
Elf. This is the animated version of the movie. It's also a musical. We have not reviewed that this year, but we will probably review this maybe next year. Why Him is an adult comedy, so Korra probably won't get to review this one with me until she's a little bit older.
8.
But basically this is about a girl who brings home a guy who is played by James Franco, and the father does not approve. The father is played by Bryan Cranston. It is also kind of like a romantic comedy. So this might be a little more adult for, older audiences. And of course it all happens at Christmas time. Next up we got Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jake Lloyd. One of Korra's favorite movies. Arnold goes searching for a toy to get his son for Christmas. Okay, stop acting weird. Next up we have Jingle All the Way 2. Why are you holding it upside down?
I didn't know that!
Show it to the camera. Next up we have Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy. And this was a straight-to-video release. Then we have Love Actually. This is actually a drama, but it's also a comedy. And I think Korra is going to enjoy when we actually do get around to reviewing this movie. I think she'll like this one better than The Family Man. If you haven't seen that, we just recently reviewed that, so... Next up, we have Ernest Saves Christmas, a classic with Jim Varney.
And we make the review with this?
Yep. Should be going up... Actually, should be going up the same time as this video.
Yeah.
Next, we have Mickey's Christmas Carol. A classic version of the Christmas Carol tale about Ebenezer Scrooge, who in this version is played by Scrooge McDuck. Now, eventually, we will review all of these movies on our channel. We haven't reviewed all of them yet.
Yeah, we watched some of them, but not reviewed them. Right?
Yep. We only reviewed so many this year, then we'll do so many next year. And now we have Merry Friggin' Christmas. One of the last few movies star Robin Williams.
I got a question.
Before he passed away.
I got a question.
What?
Is friggin' a bad word?
The way it's spelled on that? No. Then we have the classic, A Christmas Story, which, if you want to watch that, we will probably review this one next year, along with the next movie. And if you want to watch it beforehand, check your local TV listings. It's usually playing on one channel all day long. And after we review that, we'll probably be reviewing this, A Christmas Story 2, which was another straight-to-video release. This is one we'll probably review next Thanksgiving, but this is my go-to Thanksgiving Day movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobile, which we should have started this, list with, but haven't. Then we have It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas Movie, which we've already reviewed this year on the channel. So if you have not seen this movie, definitely check this video out or go check out the movie for yourself. This one is A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas. Of course, you gotta show it more to the camera. This is definitely more of an adult film, and Korra will not be probably watching this until she's a bit older. At least 3 or 4 years older.
8.
I don't think so. This is the Christmas Classics Favorites. This has a ton of old movies, or kids' movies. There's 10 of them on here. It has Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, The Leprechaun's Christmas Gold, Pinocchio's Christmas, which is one I grew up with, The Stingiest Man in Town, another great version of the Christmas Carol that I grew up with. And the voice actor of that Ebenezer Scrooge is Walter Matthau. A Year Without a Santa Claus, Rudolph's Shiny New Year, which, again, those two are classics. My family, we had a beta tape that actually had a ton of these on there. Then it has Nestor, the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey, Frosty's Winter Wonderland, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, which my dad hated that cartoon. It's the one with the mice. And then Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. I really wish this had The Little Drummer Boy Book 2 on it. But moving on. this is one movie I try to watch twice a year, and we'll probably be watching it again next week. It's a Wonderful Life. I didn't watch this until I was an adult. But now I usually make a week of Home Alone. Usually like the first or second week of Christmas. And so we watch Home Alone 2, It's a Wonderful Life, and I think a couple other movies too. This one comes with a colored version and the black and white. Generally, I try to watch the colored first, then the black and white closer to Christmas. Then we have Strawberry Shortcake Berry Merry Christmas, which I know nothing about and solely bought for this little girl right here. Then we have That 70s Show, the 10 festive episodes. This comes with all the holiday episodes of That 70s Show. Next up we have a 4-pack which comes with Fred Claus, Just Friends, Christmas Vacation 2, and Unaccompanied Minors. I mainly got this for the Fred Claus movie. Next up, another Thanksgiving Day movie, Home for the Holidays. I know it seems like a Christmas movie, but I'm pretty sure this takes place around Thanksgiving. Next up is Holidays on the Loose, a Dr. Seuss collection. This includes How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the deluxe edition. The Grinches, The Cat in the Hat, and Halloween is Grinch Night. So, then we have The Nutcracker, The Untold Story. This is a musical. I can take or leave this. We will probably review this one year. Maybe next year. Then we have Surviving Christmas. This is about a rich man who rents out a family for the holiday season. Next we have The Christmas Do-Over. This is basically a Groundhog's Day version movie. A Christmas version of Groundhog's Day, I mean. Sorry, she's throwing me off, humming right in my ear. Next we have Disney's A Christmas Carol. This is the CGI one with Jim Carrey. I think they made this based off of the success of the Polar Express. Next we have Scrooged with Bill Murray, which should be one of our D&D episodes coming up. So be on the lookout for that. You can grab them. That's why I lifted it up, so it'd be easier. Next we have Bad Santa 2. Or no, Bad Santa, just the first one. I don't have 2 anymore. I keep forgetting that. This is about a couple of crooks at Christmas time that steal from malls. Korra probably won't watch that one either till she's older. Next, Arthur Christmas. This tells the story of a family of, Santa Claus's family and certain things they go through on an adventure to... Real quick, just a quick add-in here. There were a couple movies that we did not have in our case, and I was kind of wondering where they were during our little thing. So, real quick, I'm going to go over the few we have that weren't inside the case. And the first up, we have Christmas with the Simpsons, which contains 5 Simpsons episodes. Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire, Mr. Plow, Miracle on Evergreen Terrace, Grift of Magi, and She of Little Faith. This is a really good 5 episodes. We probably will be doing a review on the whole disc and rating the 5 episodes when we get around to doing this review one year. The next up, we got Sesame Streets, Once Upon a Sesame Street Christmas, which is a tale involving Elmo bringing Sesame Street their first Christmas. So, this one I got because of the fact that my daughter was a huge Elmo fan, still kind of is, not as much. Of course, we've got Home Alone and Home Alone 2, which both tell the story of Kevin McAllister. One, he gets left behind in Chicago, home by himself, while his family is traveling to Paris. And one where he gets separated from his family and winds up in New York when they end up in Florida. Both are really good movies. We probably will be kicking off the next round of D&D Christmas Time episodes with both of these as a double feature. Anybody who has seen this channel long enough knows that, we have a double feature episode that are really long, and it's usually back-to-back movies where we watch and review them. And finally, the last Christmas movie that we forgot that was supposed to be in the case is, of course, Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever, which we've already reviewed. It was one of the first reviews we had up for this Christmas season, so if you want, please go check that out, that review, and it features the voice of Audrey Plaza as the voice of Grumpy Cat, and we talk in depth about it in the review. I'm sorry, we just forgot to put these in the case before we got started. But with that said, let's jump back into the video real quick. Next up, we have Elf. And this is the Steelbook Classic Edition with Will Ferrell about an elf who travels to New York City to find his father. Then we have Deck the Halls. Usually one of the very first movies I like to watch at Christmas time to put me in the mood. This is about a couple of neighbors who are fighting at Christmas time. And then we have Santa Claus the movie. Now that's not to be confused with the other Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen. Not to be confused with this Santa Claus. This is a totally different version of Santa Claus. This is about basically how Santa became Santa Claus in the first place. And he gets into an adventure on his own. I believe this came out sometime in the 80s. Then we have The Santa Claus with an E. This has Tim Allen in it. And it tells the story of a single dad, kind of like myself, who ends up becoming Santa Claus. Then we have Santa Claus 2. And in this one, it's a sequel to this Santa Claus. And Santa has to find a wife and get a Mrs. Claus. Then we have Krampus. This is actually one that I might let Korra review with me next year or the year after. I'm not sure. But she'll review this one. I think she'll like it. Even though it's sort of supposed to be scary, it's not really scary at all. Oh, chill out. I really wanted to get the Naughty Edition 4K version. Next up we have the original Christmas specials. This one has Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Little Drummer Boy, and Cricket on the Hearth, which I've never watched. I think I've seen the Little Drummer Boy like once. I grew up with Little Drummer Boy Book 2, and none of these have ever had that. I don't know why. Next up we have The Man Who Invented Christmas. And this basically tells the story of Charles Dickens as he writes and creates the Christmas Carol. I actually, as a writer myself of The Guardian of Light, who also writes Christmas stories, I really like this, and it's a good watch. I think Korra might review this one with me next year. Next, we have Illuminations, Dr. Seuss the Grinch.
I think we watched this, but I'll review it.
Yep. We might review this one next year. There's also 3 mini-movies.
Wait, there is?
Yeah. We need to watch those. This is another telling of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Then we have The Family Man, starring Nicolas Cage and Tia Leone.
And we reviewed it.
Yep, we reviewed this one recently. So, next up we have Christmas Time in South Park, which is a bunch of South Park episodes that are Christmas related. I don't know how we're going to do stuff like this or these. I mean, maybe we'll review the entire thing as a whole thing itself. I think we'll save that for a couple years to come. Next up, we have Reindeer Games. It's another movie starring Ben Affleck that takes place around Christmas. This is an action-adventure. I think Korra is probably 2 years or so too young to watch this. But maybe then. Hold it then. 'Twas the Night Before, or The Night Before. It's a Seth Rogen movie. It's kind of like the Harold and Kumar movie. So, I mean, it's a good watch, but I think Korra's going to be too young for a while for this one. Next up, we have the Peanuts Holiday Collection, which comes with a few Halloween or a few Christmas episodes, a Thanksgiving episode, and a Halloween episode. The Muppets, or not Muppets, sorry, Chipmunks, or Christmas with the Chipmunks. This is a bunch of episodes from the classic Chipmunks cartoon, one of these episodes I grew up with. It was on those beta tapes I told you about earlier. It's the one where Alvin needs to get a harmonica. And then we have Christmas with the Cranks and the Holiday. I don't really remember the Holiday that much, so it's one I might review in a year or two with Korra. But Christmas with the Cranks is very similar to Deck the Halls. Tim Allen wants to skip Christmas now that him and his wife are alone. And they live in a neighborhood that's anal about celebrating Christmas. And they're well known for celebrating Christmas and throwing huge parties. So everybody loses their minds when they say they're just not doing Christmas. Which nowadays, nobody would bat an eye. Next we have Miracle on 34th Street, which is a classic John Hughes movie, which is a remake of an original. I've never seen that old one, but I have seen this one many times. And I think maybe Korra will review this one with me next year. It has the girl from Matilda and the guy from Jurassic Park. Next up we have the Doctor Who Last Christmas. And this is an episode from Doctor Who. It's just one episode or mini movie. It's about an hour long. The Doctor has to save Christmas. Next, another collection. Stop. Another collection. This one contains A Miser Brother Christmas, Jack Frost, A Flintstones Christmas Carol, and Yogi's All-Star Comedy Christmas Caper. I kind of saw the Flintstone one when I was a kid, but I really didn't see all of these when I was a kid. So, then we have Office Christmas Party. Another adult movie that I think Corey's going to have to wait a few years on before we finally review this one. Next up, can you sit up? Next up, there are certain movies I save for certain days. And these next two movies I save specifically for Christmas Eve. One is for children and one is not for little children. So, the first movie that is for children that I watch every Christmas Eve is The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yay!
Which we might review if I can get Korra to agree to it.
Well, I'll agree to it.
And then on Christmas Eve, after the kids go to bed, that's when we put on, or I put on, A Christmas Vacation.
You said kids, and you only have one kid.
Well, when I grew up, the adults stayed up and watched this after the kids went to bed.
Saying kids, and you have
Yes,
one kid.
there was more kids in my household than in yours. And then on New Year's Eve, right after the ball drops, the first movie I watch every year, because it's the only really good New Year's movie I have that I enjoy watching, is the Hudsucker Proxy. This is my New Year's Day movie. It's about a man who invents the hula hoop, and everything wraps up. The entire movie concludes on New Year's Eve. So that's my New Year's Eve movie. We do have somewhere, if somebody knew where it was, we do have A Nightmare Before Christmas on DVD. And I think we have the Nutcracker and the Four Seasons. that Disney movie that came out. It'll be right here on the screen. So, we have Nightmare Before Christmas, and we have this. I'm pretty sure I know where that movie is, the Nutcracker one, but I don't know what she did with her Nightmare Before Christmas copy. So, we do also have Die Hard 2, and Lethal Weapon. But I consider those to be almost Christmas movies. Those are the movies I watch from the day after Thanksgiving till December 1st. Because as you can see here, we already have a ton of movies to watch in December. And although those are Christmas movies, technically, they all take place at Christmas time. And you will review them eventually. I feel like right after, to get you into the mood, those are the perfect lead-ins. Die Hard, Lethal Weapon. I mean, it's only the first Lethal Weapon that takes place at Christmas time. The first two Die Hards are the only Die Hards that take place at Christmas time. So, but that has been our entire Christmas collection as of 2021. So, we want to thank you for joining us this year and hope you keep watching our D&D episodes. We got a great year planned for 2022. We're going to come right out the gate super strong with a double feature, right?
Right.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to make it super entertaining. We do still have the fourth Matrix movie we're going to be reviewing later this month. So I think you guys are going to have a great time watching our reviews. I'm trying to make them more interesting. I'm trying to make them more, there's going to be new stuff coming. And more movies that I think Cora's really going to get into. The way she really got excited about The Matrix. And it's going to probably surprise a few of my viewers what I'm going to let her see. So, I want to thank you all for watching. Once again, wish you all a Merry Christmas. Is there anything you want to say before we go?
Yes. Like, comment, subscribe. And help me reach 100 likes. And subscribers.
100 subscribers?
Yes.
By when?
Christmas.
100 subscribers by Christmas?
Yes.
I hope so. That would be cool. And remember, folks, every time I reach a new set of 10 subscribers, I give away a free digital code. So that's a free movie for you, the audience, every time. As you can see, I have a wide, Blu-ray and DVD collection. So, we want to thank you all for watching, and we will talk to you all next time. Bye.
Bye.